TalkNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas. It's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack. Featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Thursday. Shit, almost forgot. February 20th, 2025. And this is episode number 904 of Barry on Deck. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the program. Hey, hello, hi, how are you? Don't mind me just trying to get a slide to download for 15 goddamn minutes. Hope you're doing good. We head towards the weekend, last show of the week. Ignore that. Gotta get it updated. That didn't go well either. Busy morning. Working on some comedy stuff. Wrote a sketch this morning. What? I know. Got a visit from the Muse this morning, guys. It doesn't happen often as of late. I haven't done a ton of comedy writing lately. It's been, I write jokes every so often, but it's not often that I sit down and write sketches and stuff. And I wrote a sketch this morning. Of course, I think it's funny now. I'm sure in 6 months I'll be like, that was the stupidest goddamn sketch. What was I thinking? But this morning, I had the idea in the shower and, of course, had to jump out right away and get after it. And so spent a good portion of the morning working on that, writing it, getting it down. That's what you do sometimes. You don't fight the muse, they say. When the Muse visits, by God, you let her in. And she paid me a visit this morning. She was nice enough to come by and say hello. So I let her in. And we sat down and we wrote a sketch. The premise of the sketch, thanks for asking. Okay. The premise of the sketch, hold on, let me get this real quick here. I'm still trying to get logged into TikTok. Yes, I know. Still trying. The premise of the sketch is, oh, fuck off, Tony. I hate your guts. I hate your face. The premise of the sketch is this guy named Tony. He logs into this chat room and everyone hates him. And they won't say it. And he acts like he's funny. He calls himself handsome. It's the most ridiculous shit ever. But no one likes him, and they won't say it. But he's super annoying, and he gets on everybody's nerves. And eventually, they create a new show just to avoid him. So yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good sketch. No, the premise of the sketch, and I don't know why this popped into my head. I have no idea. Again, there's this book out. Most of you probably have never read it. You may have heard of it, but you probably have never read it because you probably don't give a fuck. And quite frankly, I don't blame you. I shouldn't give a fuck either, actually. But there's this book out called you've heard of the book called The Art of War by Sun Tzu. And it's basically how to outsmart your opponents and stuff. And a lot of people read it for life and to, for the business world and all those things. But there's a book out called so it's called The Art of War, but there's another book called The War of Art. And it's basically a book for artists, creators, people who make stuff, writers, painters, poets, anybody that's in some sort of creative field. Highly recommend you read this book. And if you're wanting to get into a creative field or even into a creative mindset, it's a must read, and I read it about once or twice a year. Haven't read it lately. I really need to. And yes, it's one of those books that I actually do read. I have it on audio book as well, so sometimes I get it read to me. And it counts, damn it. It counts. But I do also read the book. I digress. It talks about the Muse. And the Muse, sometimes you have to just show up. That's what it talks about. Every day you got to show up. You just show up, you sit down, whatever it is you do. If you're a painter, you sit in front of the easel. If you're a writer, you sit in front of the typewriter, computer. If you're a comedic writer and you write with a pencil and pad, you got to grab the pencil and pad and sit down. But whatever it is you do, however it is you create, you have to get to that point where you create. And a lot of times the Muse will visit and take over, because I'll be honest with you, it's kind of like what I said. I don't really know where this idea came from. And I've talked about this before with other comics on this show. A lot of times I do my best writing, my best thinking, and I come up with some of my best jokes or ideas one of two or three places: in the shower, while I'm driving, or while I'm on a walk. And I really need to start walking again. One, because it would help me get over this hump. I can't get past 194. I'm stuck there. I fluctuate between 194 and 197, but I'm kind of stuck at 194. I've leveled off. I was at 220, so don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I'm happy to be 194, but I can't get past it. But I do come up with jokes and ideas, or fix jokes and tag jokes on walks. So those three places just kind of get my creative juices flowing. And today, for some reason, jumped my funky ass in the shower and came up with this premise. So the premise was, this guy is going to propose to his girlfriend. And so he, oh, thanks, Tony. I'm waiting for the punchline. TDP said, if that counts, then I read BOD every day. Well, okay. Uriel said, happened in the shower. Do that more often. Asshole. I see what you did there. You and Nora need to leave me the hell alone. Anytime something comes up about showering, Nora's on my ass. See, it's okay to shower every day. I'm like, you know what? I'm a busy man, woman. I ain't got time to shower every day. I got shit to do. Showering is not high on the list. Okay? Damn it, Dubs. I just made the slide. I love you. Showering is not high on the list. Okay, woman? Don't give me no guff. Yeah, she gets on me. But, yeah, I know. I probably should. Anyways, the sketch is basically, the premise of this sketch is, this guy wants to ask his girlfriend to marry him. So he goes, he basically sets up a dinner date at her parents' house. He takes her over there to the mom and dad's house, and he's like, he's gonna basically ask the dad before he asks the wife or the girlfriend. And, but he says, essentially he goes, sir, I know you and your family are, good, strong, you have good, strong Christian beliefs. And, I want you to know, I wanted to come and ask you before I proposed, but I wanted to know if I could have your daughter's hand in marriage. And the dad's like, I think that's an honorable thing. You're a good person and a good man, and you've been good to my daughter, and you've respected her beliefs, and I've appreciated that, and you have my blessing. And he says, well, I appreciate that, sir. I love your daughter very much. I love you guys very much. I'm proud to be a part of this family. I love you guys a lot. And even though I'm not the most devoted man to my faith, I respect you guys and how devoted you are to your faith. I'm just making sure I wasn't burning my house down. And that's also why, sir, you should know that we have waited. And I want you to know that, and I promise you that we will wait. And we have not had sex. And I promise you, because of y'all's beliefs, that we will wait until our wedding night to have sex and consummate the marriage. And the dad's like, man, you know what, son, that's why I gave you my blessing, because you're a good man. And I think that's great. And the dude's like, but on that wedding night, I'm going to do the nastiest shit to your daughter. Oh my God. I'm going to clap them cheeks. And the dad's like, what, sir? I'm going to knock the brakes off of her kitty cat. Oh my God. She may not be able to walk. She might need one of them. He's like, okay, son. No, I'm telling you, bro. She might need a wheelchair. She could be the next governor of Texas when I'm done with her cooter. Oh my God. I'm going to tear that ass up. And then he just goes off. And then the dad freaks the fuck out and chokes him. And then, it's a whole long thing. But that's kind of the premise. It's a comedy sketch. So at first he's like, sir, I respect it, and I'm not going to have sex with her until our wedding night. But on our wedding night, I'm going to tear that ass up. And the dad's like, what the fuck? Yeah, hilarity ensues. So that's the premise of the sketch I wrote. It's about like 3 or 4 minutes. It's not very long, if that. But it was fun to write. That's the whole point. Is it's fun sometimes just to, get it out of your system and get some stuff written. So that's part of what I did this morning. Got, and then oddly enough, how it happens, the Muse visited me this morning. Got some emails out of the blue from some bookers who were like, hey, are you free to do some corporate events in May? What? So, good morning for your bro. Good morning for your bro. So let's have a good show. We got shit to do. Stuff we hadn't gotten to during the week that I still want to get to. Some things we're going to talk about today. I need to update this. Hold on. We're not doing Bullygate. We're going to move this up. Tucker greater than Watson. Some things we're going to talk about today. We'll talk about some of the headlines. I don't have a slide for you necessarily, but I do want to talk about the All-Star games and how they compared over the weekend, because also kind of a big deal between the NBA and the NHL, and specifically what the NHL did and has done with their All-Star game. And it goes down tonight. And I highly recommend, if you don't have plans for the evening and you have nothing to watch, set aside some time to watch USA Canada play some hockey in this little tournament that the NHL has put together. It's going to be bananas. I'm not the biggest hockey fan. I haven't watched much of anything, but I can tell you this. When you have fights in exhibition games, not one, not two, not three, I mean, not one, not two, but three in the first 9 seconds. When you have people booing national anthems, holy shit. This is what replaced so we're going to get into it. So, I want to deep dive into some of it and talk about, is this even anything that the NBA could even replicate if they wanted to? Let's discuss. I do want to talk about some of what went down at the NBA All-Star game. And, and we'll talk about LeBron James and his beef with Doug Gottlieb, who is a coach, a basketball coach now, and well, it hasn't been going good for him, and LeBron's taken every opportunity to take shots. And I mean, quite frankly, you talk shit about my kid, I'd probably do the same thing. I'm not gonna lie. So I can't really blame LeBron for taking the shots at him. I'd probably do the same thing, okay? You talk shit about my kid, I'm probably going to take some shots at social media about you too. That's just how it goes. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. So that went down. We'll talk about that. And then we still have never gotten to this whole Justin Tucker thing. I think we talked a little bit about it early. And we talked about, letting the process run its course and whatnot. But, man, more and more women are coming forward and is looking crazy. And so we got to get into that a little bit more. And, yes, Uriel, I saw your question. Did I get it all upgraded? Okay, good. We're all updated there. I saw your question, Uriel. Where the fuck is my chat window? Holy but Jesus, where's my chat window? Thanks, Rudy. Appreciate you. Pretty good joke. Pretty good sketch. Thank you so much. What's up to everybody on YouTube? Donna, Rudy Rod, AJB, Truck Driver Pookie was over there. So those 4 over there watching on YouTube. Let's see. Where's the winder? There it is. For Christ's sake, finally. Chat resize. There we go. LeBron kind of set his kid up for that. Yep. Yes, he did. I don't disagree with you on that. But still, you know how people are with their kids, man. Some of you are like that. Still my kid is kind of what people say. So, but Donna's in early on YouTube and Twitch. Love you, my sweet, sweet Donna. Tony the Handsome's in early. Love you, buddy. Appreciate you being here. Rudy Rod got in early as well. PP Dubs is in the building. Alex Villanueva is here early. Memesters got in. By the way, Mimi, sweet thing. Memesters, thank you for resubscribing for 36 months. Holy shit. Thank you, Mimi. That is amazing. I don't know if you know this, but that is actually 3 trips around the sun. Thank you for that, sweet thing. I got PP Dubs. Who else is in? Alex, Mimi, John Dorier is here. What's up, John Dorier? Good to see you, buddy. Nightbot, that raggedy bitch is here. Potch is in the building. Potch, Donna, I don't know if CC is here yet. One of the mods, did we ever get Jim on Sports' points refunded? Remember when he asked for VIP status and he already had it? Did we? Oh, thank you. Okay, awesome. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. Thank you. AJB, what up, pimp? Good to see you, homie. Much love, Jared Taylor. Y'all, by the way, Jared Taylor, I don't know, for those of you that's on the Discord and Patreon members and whatnot, and the who's it, what's it's, where's that at? There it is. For those of you on Patreon, bro, Jared Taylor won Valentine's. I'm just going to tell you. Hey, what up, Houdini? Good to see you, pimp. For the record, Jared Taylor won Valentine's. Holy shit, did he pimp it out for his wife. Oh, my God. Yeah, he won that. Wasn't nobody beating that. Uriel's here. What's that bad about? He thought I was late, but right on time. You knew better, pimp. TDP's in the building. Houdini made it. What up, homie? Flip is in the building. Who else is here? There's where Tony was a smart ass. Who else? Potch. John Nightbot. Keith, what up, homie? Good to see Keith. Chewy, man, what's up, Chewy? What's up, Chewy? Chewy, did I ever tell you my lifelong dream? Well, not lifelong dream, but I've always wanted to get a Doberman. I want to get a Doberman. And I'm never going to get one because Nora wants cats. And, she likes cats and I like sex. So we're going to go get cats. And I like cats too. It's fine. But I've always wanted a Doberman and I've always wanted to name him Chewy. It just looks like a badass Doberman name. You put a big spike collar on him and pointy ears. Look, get him, Chewy. I just see that. That's how that goes down. What up, Perry? Good to see you, man. Perry said, oh, so the wife thinks you should shower every day. Interesting. Shut up, Perry. I don't need your guff. Tony said, clean and you drop weight. I don't know if that's like you meant both or you're saying that because I showered, I lost weight because I had so much dirt on my body. Shut up. Uriel, yes, we are doing a private hour today. You are correct, sir. That is correct. Sure, what does that say? Okay. Yeah, first many want any hockey being played. Yeah, bro, don't you wish basketball had that? Ugh. Doug has had a thing with LeBron since the first day he spoke up on social issues. Yeah, he's a bitch about that. Doug is. Bro, that whole shut up and dribble thing, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Tony said, love me. Not sure where they're yet. I like hanging out with you, though. I do love you, Tony. I do love you. What up, Jen? Good to see you, sweet thing. Jen, I was thinking about this the other day. Did we ever get anything over to Robert? I'll hit you up offline. I was like, shit, did we ever make that happen? I hope so. Chewy said cats are not so bad. If I could own a cat, I would look like a villain in a movie. Chewy, that's fucking hilarious. Chewy would look like, what was the dude on Thundercats? What was that fucking dude's name? What was the villain on Thundercats? Oh, shit. What was his name? Mumra. Chewy is Mumra. Chewy is Mumra. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Chewy is Mumra. He's Chumra. Chumra. Get him, Chumra. Oh, God. Tony is Snarf. Snarf. All right. That was too far. Nope. Alex, I did not say that. Barry likes sex with cats. That's not how that goes at all. Nope. You took that out of context, sir. I believe you're projecting there, buddy. I believe that's what that is. That is what that is. All right. I'm caught up with the chat. Let's get to Flip said clipped. Let's get to some headlines. Let's see what's out there. Honestly, busy morning. Haven't even checked what's on the agenda going on in the sports world. I'm curious with the LeBron James, Doug Gottlieb beef. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to it. I promise. Let me just check some of the headlines. Spurs are shutting down Wembanyama for the season. That's an interesting headline. Let's jump into that for a second. Texas and USC are the latest programs to Knicks spring games. We'll dive into that one. Bucks Portis banned 25 games for a positive test. I think we need to read that. Alcaraz stunned by Lahia corner. Okay, we don't need that. AD progressing, but out for at least 2 more weeks. I'd like to take a look at that. Source Saints to hire Eagles Nussmeier as OC. It's worth checking out. Eagles center Juergens has back procedure. Four Nations revitalize hockey betting ahead of final. Interesting. Here's the video. Let's see that. We're gonna watch that live. Yeah, and Windhorse says what I literally thought as soon as I saw the headline. Excuse me. And that's an interesting thought too. Okay, and we're gonna get to that when we get to the All-Star game. But Ooh, after fizzled tailgates, Falcon superfan Bird Lady faces criminal charges. Aaron, come get your gal. What the hell is going on? Let's start with this Texas USC goings on. Let's move this over and get to that headline first. Let me pause the video because we damn sure don't need that. Let's check out that one. Is TD here yet? I want to use my points. Uriel, you crazy, bro. Hey, what up, Total Dallas? Good to see you, man. It's Amos said, crazy how memorable Thundercats was that it only had one season. Are you serious? Thundercats was only one season? I don't believe you, bro. Thundercats had to be more than one season. There's no way. I feel like we discussed this before on this show too, right? It's 2 seasons, jackass. It says right here. Actually, it says it ran from 85 to 89. Yeah, it was 2 seasons. Actually, it's 3 seasons. Volume 2. Yeah, season says Bob McFadden played Schnarf. Larry Kinney played Lionel. Yeah, it says 2 seasons. Let me see here. Schnarf. I'm on IMDb. 4 seasons. What the shit? 4 seasons, 5 years. Yeah. Okay. Amos out here just spreading lies. Amos just out here bald-faced ass lying. Bro, what is you doing? Season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4. Years. 85, 86, 87, 88, and 89. Bro, what is you doing? This is the Thundercats. Look at this. Come on, man. See, this is why, chat. By the way, did you see I put a light up there to light that up? This was actually up under the thing here. And I was like, man, I'll never use that thing. I might as well put it up there to light up the side. It's a work in progress. But this is why I don't take y'all's word for shit in the chat. But I always make you have sources. Because y'all just throw out random shit like it's gospel. Just making up shit. Where's Aaron J. Bryan at? AJB, report to the head of the class, sir. You will be called upon shortly to come get your gal. In the meantime, this is interesting. Texas USC latest football programs to cancel spring games. In another sign of college football's transformation, Texas USC have joined Nebraska canceling their games. No, we're not going to have a spring game. Texas coach Steve Sarkisian told Kay Adams on the Up and Adams show. College football is changing right now, and we need to do a great job as coaches of adapting. Aaron, you stay put, buddy. I'm going to have questions for you, okay? It's about your girl. It's about your girl, so you stay put. You stay put. Apparently, she's up to no good and got arrested. I'm just... don't shoot the messenger, bro. She done went and done it. Okay. So Stark said the past 2 years, Texas has played 30 games and had 20 players invited to the NFL Combine. He said the wear and tear and the turnover with 21 mid-year recruits arriving recently meant it was time to think differently. Normally, what the hell? Normally you play your last game and you have a bowl game 30 days off. Texas Athletic Director Chris Del Conte told ESPN, "We went last game at Texas A&M, the SEC championship game, home game, quarterfinal, semifinal. The reality is we played 4 extra games. In my mind, it was, hey guys, we got to reimagine what the spring looks like." USC source said there's not much upside to spring games with the risk of injury and more important use for financial resources. Yeah, here's the interesting thing about this. And I think that last part is kind of what I was starting to think about here. It's twofold, right? One, you run the risk of getting these guys injured. And now that they're worth money, and now that they're being paid, schools are like, their boosters and their supporters actually have a financial interest in the team. So now you have to be a little more cognizant about who you play, when you play them, and how you play them. And so these things are starting to matter a little bit more. It's starting to become more like professional football. I don't know. Remember yesterday we were talking about NCAA might overtake the NFL one day. Oh, here's another turn. I know. Broken record. Sorry. But now they're starting to manage their games and their teams and their schedules like a professional team. Don't want to get guys injured. Here it is. Yeah. Heck yeah, John Dorier just resubscribed. John Dorier said, "Nightbot, after almost 3 years, will you go steady with my AI?" That, what's that stand for? Anus internals? Nightbot, will you go steady with my anus internals? That's John talking, not me, Nightbot. I don't want you to go steady with my asshole internals. That's John that wants that. John, thank you for resubscribing, buddy. Much appreciated, sir. Very much appreciated. But this is the reality of where this is headed. This is the reality. In the past, when it was just it's scholarships. We don't give a shit. We don't care. Now, look, it mattered because, we got to play for a national title and all of that. But at the same time, the playoff system was different. Now you've got 16 teams, you've got increasing schedules like Sark was saying. You've got conference championships. This is all new. This is all starting to develop. And that's where we're at now. This is a perfect storm that is creating this environment to where it's like, whoa. And I see Chris from Sam Houston said, college is load balancing players now. JFC, which is Jamestown Fried Chicken. I don't know. Come on now. So, but think about it though, Chris. Think about it. This is all because of the things that have changed in the sport, right? Now teams play 12 games plus a conference championship. Then they got to play the quarterfinal, semifinal. I mean, it's like Stark said, it's a lot of games. So I kind of get it, man. Your ass as a coach is on the line too. And you fuck up one of your stars, you get Arch Manning hurt in a spring game, and, Austin Dodge has paid $100,000, and they paid for new seats in the VIP section of the stadium, and those people each contributed $10,000 to sit there, and there's 5,000 seats, and Austin City Dodge bought new cushions for all of them plus the 100,000, and you know what I mean? Like, this is all a trickle down thing you guys got to remember. It's not just as cut and dry as load management. You got to be careful, man, because you look at it and just think, well, it's just a sponsor. No, it's not just this guy pays that player or this company pays that player. Yes, they pay that player, but remember, they're doing sponsorships and they're paying that player for the right to do sponsorships, or they're doing sponsorships for the right to pay that player. And all of that matters because it also affects boosters and ticket sales and everything else. So you got to have those guys healthy. You got to have these players healthy, man. It matters. This is a business now, folks. Listen to me. It's really cut and dry. I'm going to do my Jordan Hallett. Come so close. I just stole your shit, Jordan. Suck it, nerd. Okay, I didn't mean to call him a nerd. He's not a nerd. He's kind of my hero. He gave me a free formula for growing out my beard, and it's totally working. Don't look at it. He taught me how to make Olive Garden chicken Alfredo, and oh my fucking God, is it perfect? Come so close. But it's true. It's a business now. College football is a business. You can like it. It's like Jenny's mom used to say, like it or lump it. I don't know why she said that. This is a really fucking weird saying. Jenny's mom had some very weird sayings. If she told you something and she wanted to get her point across, she'd tell you, you got it, Toyota. Mom, you're just using commercial slogans. So, but that's where we're at. And you guys are just going to have to accept it. College football is a business now. College basketball is really close. It's not far behind. They're going to clean up March Madness. All right. It's going to get changed around a little bit. It's going to get fixed. And this is all going to change. But football, college football is here to stay. It's a business now. Big business, big money. You've got, and here's the other thing people forget about this whole business thing. And I want you to really think about this because it's important that you understand how right I am. I crack myself up sometimes. But this is another reason why you have to understand why this is going to happen. And it just dawned on me about this. But think about it for a second, folks. You've got all of these rich businessmen and women who went to these colleges. They're alumnus, right? They're professional and powerful people who love their money. But what they love even more than money is they love power. And what is more power than being able to dictate what your favorite college football team does? And if you can have and pull the purse strings of your favorite team and, I don't know, maybe get them to name the basketball arena after you, it's kind of like you own them. It's kind of like you're own the Houston Rockets and the Houston Cougars because they play in the Fertitta Center. So a lot of these rich alumnus, it's like they're owners now. They don't get to own, they're not billionaires and they're not part of an ownership group per se for the NFL, MLB, or NBA, but this is their way of being able to own a sports franchise if you think about it. It's a small way, but it's a way. It's kind of like they're time-sharing a sports franchise. If you don't know what a timeshare is like if you could buy a week of a vacation. Instead of buying an entire condo at Disney, where you have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for the condo and you only use it 1 week a year, but yet you pay the mortgage on it for all 52 weeks. A timeshare means you pay 1/52nd of the condo, and then you find 51 other people to pay 1/52nd of it. So you're timesharing. Now you can only use it 1 week a year, but that condo is 1/52nd yours. And so that's what they're doing with these teams. These college football teams, they're timesharing it. They're timesharing ownership of these teams. They donate a couple million. They're part owners of the University of Texas Longhorns. Texas Longhorns. So, CC, sorry I'm late. I was working. Chris from Sam Houston said, I'm pretty sure UT televised those games and they were crowded, so let those kids earn their money. Sounds like CC's company. Pay someone to never work. Damn. CC, sorry I'm late, Chris. I was working. Y'all leave CC alone. CC, poor CC, she's like Tommy from Martin. You ain't got no job, man. Okay, that's got to be a soundbite now. Somebody find me a link to that. I'm going to grab it and put it in the machine. Sound clip for CC Tommy, no job. If CC was Italian, that'd be her mob name. Oh, Tommy, no job. Hey, it's Tommy, no job. Tommy, what are you doing? He's not working, I'll tell you that much, eh? Hey, you know I like busting your chops. Hey, what up, Jesus? Good to see you, Jesus. Thank you for being here, man. Flip says, see, try it out here. See, try it out here. Wedge on frozen ground. See if... Flip, did you type this thing with your fucking foot? What in the fuck, man? See, trying out here, wedge on frozen ground. See if she can get in the front nine. See, try out wedge, frozen ground, wedge on front nine. How, Flip? Flip go how, crazy man? Hey, what up, Candelaria Benefit? Oh, I just read that all wrong. Canada Relief Benefit. I'm a fucking idiot. What up, Canada Relief Benefit? Barry, would you be all for Houston getting an NHL franchise? Fuck yes! Bring it, Big Daddy! I don't know why I said Candelaria. I can't fucking read. I absolutely would be for Houston getting an NHL franchise. The problem is, I don't know if Houston would support it like they should. Here's the problem with Houston. Here, let me help. I speak jive. LCC! Oh my God. The greatest thing from the movie. Oh my God. Let's see. Airplane jive scene. I'm about to school some of you dumbasses. Oh, this is the best. Oh, fuck. Y'all don't know this shit. Oh, fuck. This is the greatest clip ever. Oh, where is it? Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, here's the jive scene. Here's the jive scene. We got to see the jive scene now that Cece brought it up. Oh, Tommy, no job, huh? Yes, I'm gonna let me do this. Let me show the clip that Cece brought up, and then I'll explain to you the unfortunate reason why I think an NHL team in Houston will struggle. And then we'll just we'll do some more headlines here in a minute, but we'll jump into this whole NBA All-Star Weekend, NHL All-Star Weekend debate. Because I do want to talk about it now that we got you here. Mark is a hockey fan, so we'll get into some of that too. Yeah, all right, here's let me, hold on, let me get to my, I wish there was a way. I wish there was a way to reroute this. There's no way to point this to a different application every time. And that really sucks. I have to re-add it. And I do not like that. It is not fun. I mean, like, I have figured out how to get sound out of the goddamn application now. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Can y'all hear me? I think that worked. Oh, yes. Yeah, daddy. Do I have sound coming out still? Check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alex said Barry. Mark said, so Barry and I are about to fight. Why? Oh, because I'm going to tell you why there's no sound. Or no NHL's not going to work. I got you. Well, tough shit. Okay, here we go. This is one of the best 3D printer hard at work. Yes, Donna, I'm printing a bowl for the cats. Nora wants new cat bowls. I need to show it to you. You want to see it? Boy, the Adderall is hard at work today. Hard at work. It is working overtime. I'll show you the cat bowl. It's going to take 12 hours to print, but I tweaked the settings so that it came out really smooth. That'll be after hockey talk. But yeah, it's getting it. But I tweaked the settings. So first, the jive. Here we go. Show graphics. Boobity boop. Audio. Such a great scene. Such a great scene. I'm going to get another copyright strike. I've been getting so many copyright strikes now that I've figured out how to get audio to work on the show. Does that say Tuckert? Yep, it sure does. Don't go anywhere, Canada Relief. We're going to talk hockey. Stick around. But this we got to watch. This we've got to watch.
I'll turn on some air.
Can I get you something?
It's your mofo butter laying me to the bone, jacking me up. Tight me.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Cuddy say can't hang.
Oh, stewardess, I speak jive.
Oh, good.
He said that he's in great pain and he wants to know if you can help him.
All right, would you tell him to just relax and I'll be back as soon as I can with some medicine?
Just hang loose, blood. She's gonna catch up on the rebound on the med side.
What it is, Big Mama? My mama raised no dummies. I duck her rap.
Cut me some slack, Jack.
Say Cuddy we say be doing it.
Chump don't want to help. Chump don't get the
Say
help.
can't hang, say 7 Up.
Jive ass dude don't got no brains anyhow.
Fucking love it. Oh, it's so great, man. God, mwah. Fucking love that movie. That movie is the best. Oh my God. Chump don't want no help. Chump don't get no help. So great. Just so fantastic. Thank you for the trip down memory lane, CC. Yeah, is that Beaver's mom? I don't know who that was. This is from Airplane. Yes, that is from Airplane, the movie Airplane, Canada Relief Benefit. I'll just start with the Arrows were actually quite successful here. And you, Joel, and myself had this conversation after Tillman bought the Rockets. I know. Alex had 12 hours. The cats are starving. Heard Chi-Town was in the single digits yesterday, Mark. Oof. Mark's not in Chi-Town. Mark is down here. Mark lives in Houston. Amos, you thought Mark lived in Chicago? He's like from Chicago. Mark lives here. He's been to comedy shows. Mark lives in Houston, brother. That is June Cleaver, isn't it? I'll be damned. Let's see. Airplane. IMDb. Yeah, he lives up in Spring. Yeah, he don't live in Chicago. Mark, you were born in Chicago, right? Yeah, That's crazy. That's June Cleaver. What was her name? Let's see. Full cast. Say, cuz, cut me some slack. Or she says, say, blood, cut me some slack. There's so many great. I mean, the writing. Nah, Amos, I thought he moved back. My bad. Say, Amos is like, say, blood, cut me some slack. Chump don't want no help. Chump don't get no help. Shit, little mama, I dug a rap. Mark said single digits for Chicago in February is casual. Dude, Chicago cold as fuck. Oh, that's crazy. I'm on the IMDb. The budget for Airplane was $3.5 million. It grossed $83 million worldwide. Oh, that's crazy. It grossed $83.453 million in the US and Canada and $83.455 worldwide. So 83,453,000 in the US and Canada, 83,455,000 in the rest of the world. So it made another 2,000 outside of the US and Canada. The fuck are you? This is why the rest of the world is stupid. So stupid. Anyways, well, you know, look up her name. So this is the, oh shit, reopen, closed tab. Okay, Jive scene. For shits and giggles, shout out to my boy, Mike the Truth Jackson. MikeTheTruth.com. I've been to games at Soldier Field that started at 9 degrees. Fuck that. But it's a dry cold. That's like when motherfuckers in Arizona try to tell you it's a dry heat. Bitch, so is an oven. Set that bitch to 120 and stick your head in it. Fuck you. I hate when people do that shit. Okay, here we go. Quick little thing. Y'all saw my screen go blank for a minute? That was awkward. Boop, boop, boop. This is what's cooking back here. I need to get... I wonder if there's a way. Oh, there is. I'm a genius. You know what? I could do printer cam. Canada Relief Benefits said, can you make me some jerky with, you can make jerky with Arizona weather. I thought can I make you some jerky in my 3D printer? No, but Cece wanted me to make one of my friends a pocket pussy. So there's that. Jesus, Cece. She wanted me to make one of the deckheads who's deployed overseas. Goddamn pocket pussy. Just unbelievable. I could just see me sending that to Jenny as mom to package up. Here, mom. Here's a big plastic vagina. Could you throw that in the care package for Alec? My mother would shit her pantaloons. Say, cuz. Here it is. Let's see. Come on, bitch. Everything's locked up right now. This is what I get. There we go. Okay. Finally. And Chrome resize. Get, oh, no, bitch. Oh, my God. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm making. Why did it come out like that? That's super weird. I don't know what happened there. Hold on. Let's see. Chrome resize. Ooh, I don't like the way that happened. That got not good. That's not supposed to look like that at that's why. Cut. Okay. This is the dog bowl or the cat bowl that I'm making. Yeah. So yeah, there it is. That's what I'm printing for the kitties. What material would you use? Asking for a friend. I would use a fleshy. I would use skin from all the people trapped in my basement. It puts the lotion in the basket potch. I don't think that filament would be soft enough for that. They have a textured, but yeah, it's not coochie textured. Well, at least no coochies that I've ever felt. I'll tell you that damn much. If your coochie is textured like TPU plastic, you need to see a doctor. You have coochie issues. It's a problem. Just FYI, if your coochie is TPU, just give me the hose again. Yes. Yeah, this is the one. So this is Nora said she wanted. This is what the shit my wife worries about. She's like, I think the cats are straining their neck when they eat. What? But when I say shit like, man, my shoulder really hurts, she's like, oh, stop being a puss. I just lifted the lawnmower because it got stuck in the yard. It's 750 pounds. And I lifted it by myself. And you're calling me a puss, but the fucking cat, eats like this, and you're worried about them. Okay, so now I get to fucking print a new cat bowl for these sons of bitches. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's whatever, but they have like different sizes. They have like a short one, a medium one, a tall one, and an extra tall one. So there you go. That's what it's going to look like. And it's got like a heart there. It's got a heart on. No jokes, no dumb jokes. So yeah, that's it. That's what it is. It's kind of cool how this works. You just pick the thing you want to print, and then you just open it up. Like you go in here, you say, I want to print this. You pick your printer. You pick the size you want. Then you tell it, open in Bamboo Studio. And then it opens it up. And let's see. Hold on. It should be opening it now. It should be opening it now. I'll show you how the process works. I should be able to share it too. Yep. So let's talk NHL while this is happening. Here's why I don't think Canada Relief Benefit. This is why I say I don't think an NHL team long term will be successful in the city of Houston. Okay. One, this city, and look, warm weather, the whole warm weather city thing is not an excuse, right? Mark! Oh, I'm glad you subscribed before I started this conversation because you would not have done it. Thank you, Mark, for the resub, buddy. 30 months! Holy shit! That's longer than hockey will last in Houston. Now I'm just being a dick. I love you, Mark. You know that, man. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate your continued support of this fine program, sir. Here's the problem. And I love hockey. I mean, look, I have grown to really love it. I still don't quite understand the nuance of hockey, but when I do, it's the habit I haven't gotten into. But I just, when I actually do force myself to make time to watch, I just love the sport. I just have to make time to watch it. And I just recommend everybody do so. Like tonight, you guys all have to do me a favor and watch tonight's USA Canada hockey game. It's going to be phenomenal. I promise you that. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow a lot. So you better be ready. But hockey, professional hockey in Houston, I don't think will work long term. Will it work in a spurt or whatever? Maybe. But I don't think it'll work long term because, and it has nothing to do with the whole, well, it's a warm weather city and we've never had hockey before. It's worked in Dallas. right? It's worked in Florida. You got Tampa. You've got, it's worked in Arizona for a while. It's worked in Carolina. It's worked in some warm weather cities. But the problem that I see is, one, Houston is a transplant city. Flip, let me finish. Fuck. Houston is a transplant city, okay? Houston is a transplant city. We are very much a front runner city. And we are very much a bandwagon city. But we are also a city that lacks patience. And we are also a city that does not like to get out of our comfort zone. And we are a city that we will come out for a short time. We like new shiny things. Ooh, look at this. It's the Houston Comets. How cool is that? Look at them with their winning championships back to back, like the Comets. You're talking about the Houston Comets won 4 NBA titles in a row. When did the Comets win their titles? Comets titles. 97, 98, 99, and 2000. It was 2 to 3 years after the Rockets won their titles in a city that up until the Rockets won their 2 titles had never won a national title in any major sport. In any sport. Football, baseball, basketball, at the college or pro level. Phi Slamma Jamma had failed. The Cougars in football had never done shit. The Aggies and there's nothing close. The Oilers, don't give me no AFL bullshit. Don't give me no Colt 45s bullshit. I'm talking major stuff, right? So even the Comets came and then went. And they were the most successful, literally the most successful franchise when it comes to winning that this city had seen as far as winning championships. And even that could not hold the interest. Now, I get it. Hockey, you're telling me, is a lot different than women's basketball. Oh, I get that. But you have to understand is that you're kind of fighting the same fight in this town that women's basketball fights in general. You're competing with other sports for the attention. For example, the Rockets have always been pretty good. Now, they just went through a rebuild and they sucked. But for the most part, the Rockets have always been a playoff team. They've always been an 8 seed, but they've always made the playoffs or whatever. It's rare that the Rockets don't make the playoffs if you exclude this rebuild era. So part of the problem will be is that a hockey team, if it is not good, and I don't know how hard it is to make the playoffs in the NHL, but I know it's really easy to make the playoffs in the NBA. And the hockey season and the basketball season occur at the same time. And if you're asking a sports fan in this city to spend their hard-earned sports dollar in season, which one do you think they're going to spend it on? A team that they've grown up with and watched year over year that they're invested in because that team has won 2 championships, and it's Olajuwon and it's Drexler and it's all of the famed, it's Rudy T, and it's never, don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion, and it's, or somebody else. And don't let it be another city's franchise. Don't let it be the Coyotes. Don't let it be somebody else. Because now it's just a stepchild. And that could be even worse. It better be a new team if you really want a fighting chance. But what you're asking them to do is, I got to spend my money In this economy, bitch, eggs are $4.50 a dozen. Man, do I want to go watch hockey? I mean, they fight. But do I want to go watch, or do I want to go watch Al P and Jalen Green and Cam Whitmore dunk? And I know they're going to make the playoffs. I don't even understand this fucking sport. What's a blue line? What is offsides? It's just too complicated, man. It's too complicated. Now, you will get the transplants from the north that want to go watch hockey, that will go watch their team. When the Blackhawks are in town, not Blackhawks, those are other people that will go watch that. But when the Blackhawks are in town, Mark G will go there. I mean, he might go watch the Blackhawks too. But when the Blackhawks are in town, Mark G is going to go watch that game. So there's going to be people there. Don't get me wrong. But if you're expecting the same kind of support, I just don't know that it's ever going to happen. Now, when they start to win, if they have success like the Vegas Golden Knights do, oh, yes. Early, it's going to be bananas. It's going to be off the meter. It's going to be off the chain. Everybody and their mama's going to be wearing a Houston traffic cones jersey, kit, whatever it's called, sweater. I'm just assuming they're going to be called the Houston traffic cones. I don't know. The Houston humidities? Yeah, they should be the Houston humidity. I mean, if they're the Carolina Hurricanes, then they've got to be the Houston humidity, right? So everybody's going to be wearing a Houston humidity sweater until they miss the playoffs. And then they start to suck a little. And then now they lose their star player because of money. And then now there's another guy leaves, and then there's this, now they're starting to rebuild again. They fire the coach, and a draft pick doesn't pan out, and then this happens, and now there's just a bunch of dudes on the team again that nobody knows, and nobody ever really took the time to learn the game. They just enjoyed the winning because this is a front-running bandwagon town, and they really, really didn't give a shit about the sport. They cared about the fact that the team was winning, and they looked good in the sweater, and they liked the colors. I don't know. Does this sound familiar? I don't know. Maybe all these lifelong Astros fans since 2017? Who, by the way, you won't be able to find come 2026. You won't be able to find these people. All of these companies that popped up out of nowhere that make Astros shirts, they'll be gone. Think about how many companies exist that just make Astros shirts. They're going to fold. Because nobody's going to be buying Astros shirts. Because it won't be cool to wear them anymore. Because that's the kind of city that this is. In Dallas, it's still cool to wear a Cowboys jersey, hat, shirt, or whatever. It's not going to be cool to wear Astros gear anymore when they suck. Not in this town. That's not how this town operates. And that's going to be to the detriment of a hockey team. The staples of the big three, they will always exist. They will always have the support. But if the Texans can't fill a stadium when they suck, a hockey team has no prayer. That's just my 2 cents. All right, now I can open up the chat again and look, because you guys will just, I have to hide the chat because I get distracted. I mean, but you saw, hell, I was showing jive movies and shit. So I said my piece. Now I can look at the chat and see what you guys had to say. Excuse me. Excuse me. That team needs to be good after 3 years or it won't work. Fact. Yep. This is the same argument we had before. Yep. I think we got the arrows around the same time we got the dog track, and the dog track outlasted the arrows. Not a good trend for hockey. Hockey's like baseball for me. I have to be there to enjoy it. Oh, Amos, if anybody that's watching this show has never been to a hockey game, to me, if I were to rank the sports to watch live, let's do a ranker. That's always fun. Ranker, or no, what is it? It's tier maker. Yeah, tier maker. Create a list. I want to. What is this? Will it suck? Oh, movie predictions. I was like, what is that? I still don't know what kind of movies he's talking about. Let's see, sports. I just want to rank sports to watch live. Sports tier list. I think I can make this work. Let's see. That's one. Bitch. Why is this so fucking slow? Oh my God. Oh my God, this is so slow. Is this my machine or is this a damn website? I'm gonna do a tier ranking. Random list. No. What the fuck is happening? Here we go. Search. Sports. I really should have all these logos just ready. I'm ready to go. Yeah, my machine is dog shit right now. I can't even see this shit. I think my machine's about to crash. Pretty sure it's about to die. Let me close this. Actually, let me close this TikTok live. That didn't work. Let me close this and tweeted that. Close that. And that. Fuck it, we don't need that either. Cancel. Shut up, bitch. Cancel. Put this over here. Okay, let's try this again. No shit. Kiss my raggedy ass. Well, I guess we're not gonna do it. It's acting like a bitch ass hoe. I kind of wanted to rank this. I think that'd be fun. Yeah, it's this website that's just fucking up. I do sports and it no like it. That bitch is working, boy. It's gonna be a long day for that hoe. Ideas for a fucked sports tournament. That's a weird ranking thing. Okay. Well, we'll just have to go with it. Yep. Fuck it. I'm not doing it. That website's fucked. It's killing me. Smalls. Yeah, it's just killing my system. All right. Fuck that thing. But I would say, if I were ranking them, honestly, it would be close, but I would say MMA and hockey are my two favorite sports to watch live. And then probably baseball, because baseball is fun as a social sport. And then basketball and then football. I don't like football live. I'd rather watch football at home. I'd rather be at home watching football. That's the one sport I'd rather. The others I'd rather see live. But football for me is best enjoyed on the couch. All of the others I'd rather see live. So, let's see. The comments also had a D-bag owner. Chris said, I'm a native Houstonian. I wouldn't know how to judge a good hockey player other than by points, assists, or saves, which would make it harder to get invested. I know what a good football, basketball, and baseball player look like. Rockets would never trade Luka. The Rockets moved here, but that was also the 70s. Yeah, that was the thing back then, though. You have to remember, back then, Houston as a city was finding its identity as a whole. The 60s/70s, Houston was becoming a major metropolitan city in America. It was getting NASA. It was getting major sports franchises. It was becoming the 4th largest city in America by doing these things. So it was fine with getting these teams. It was fine with it. It was just like, whatever. However we can get it, we'll get it. Nowadays, I think it's a bit different. I mean, I think there's cause for it. I don't think it would be the end of the world if a team moved here. Just like if a football team had moved here. I think it would have been better if the Texans were created from scratch. But if the San Diego Chargers moved here, it would not have been the end of the world. But that connection, it's just not the same. The difference is when you go somewhere like Nashville, where they have no sports, they have nothing, and have never had anything, they're just like, yeah, send it to us. We'll take it, and we'll embrace it, and we'll love it. If you sent a football team to Austin, if you sent a football team to any, I mean, like, look at Austin right now. There was a tweet. I saw Glenn Davis comment on it too. I think that's why I saw it. But there was a tweet from somebody that was like, look at this. And the other 2 major newspapers in this state aren't even talking about the MLS. The Austin American-Statesman, on their sports page, front page on their website, had a huge article about the MLS, about the team in Austin. It was just, that's all it talked about. And they were like, the other 2 cities that have MLS teams don't even talk about it. It's all Mavs and Cowboys and Rangers and Rockets and Astros and Texans. They don't even mention their MLS teams. Fucking duh. That's because Austin doesn't have those. And I promise you, if there was hockey here, it would kind of get the same treatment, at least for a while. But that's also because Austin is starved for any kind of sport. So, yeah, I mean, if you moved a football team to Austin, they would be all over it. But here we've had it. So, yeah, not as glamorous to get a stepchild. You know what I mean? Let's see. The Dynamo moved here. Yes. My argument for that, and you're right, but my argument for that was, I think that they knew that this city, with the Latin population, with the Mexican population, and with the Latino population that it had, they were just like, we just need to get soccer and football in this city, however we can get it, wherever we can get it from. Because these people don't have anything to root for anyways. So there's really no allegiance that they have. And they're not like, you know, oh, we are just diehard, you know, native Houstonians through and through, and we'll never root for. They just loved soccer. So it didn't matter. It could have been a fucking team from anywhere. It could have been a homegrown team. It didn't matter. What mattered is that you brought the sport. The sport exists here. For soccer fans, that's really what mattered more. For diehard hockey fans, it's the same thing. But you'll notice that the Dynamo really sometimes struggle to make cheddar. They don't get a lot of run. They exist, but they're not. I mean, I'm curious. How did the Dynamo operate? What is the Dynamo revenue? According to the recent reports, Houston Dynamo FC earned an estimated $45 million in revenue in 2023, with significant growth attributed to increased attendance, new corporate sponsorships, and the addition of Tim Howard to the ownership group. Dynamo saw a 30% revenue jump in 2023 compared to the previous year. That's good. It's good. And in a city of 6 million with a high level of Latin population, what is the Latino population in Houston? 2.8 million versus the rest of the U.S. Houston's Latino population is large and growing. It's one of the largest in the United States. In 2023, the Houston metropolitan area had over 2.8 million Hispanic and Latino residents. That makes Houston the fourth largest Hispanic and Latino population in the United States. Again, there's plenty of white people here. So you would think hockey would do good, but specifically in this case of soccer, that's a big contingent of soccer fans. Let's see what else. And I'm not trying to make excuses or be contrarian or argumentative. I'm just trying to give you some of my thoughts of why I think some of this is, it's just some rebuttals. I'm not trying to be a dick. I want to watch my Stars. Go fuck your Stars. I'm sorry, that was aggressive. That I was trying to be a dick. That one in particular, I was being a dick. But I love you, Total Dallas. At least you're not like a certain person I know who's like, you just made me your whipping boy. Meow. That's fucking hilarious. I digress. When we had this argument, it was pretty Vegas and Seattle. The way they do franchise draft now, a team is the way to go. Yeah. Icing is good on a cake. Totally agree, Alex. Not pretty. We had this argument. It was pre-Vegas and Seattle. Eamon said what just happened. Oh, that must have been the Blackhawks versus Blackhawks portion of my rant. Mark said, you forget how many Canadians live here due to oil. Okay.
Chris Rodriguez 713 just because.
Wow. Flipster. Damn it. I need to fix that alert because it drops down too low. Agree on bandwagon. Titan Hugo said, I'm still rocking my Titans gear. Yeah, well, you're also perpetually drunk. So I blame it on that. Uriel said fair weather. 100%. 100%, buddy. 100%. What up, Walt? Good to see you, homie. Astros Twitter won't be around because they probably gave each other too many STDs. God, that's so accurate as well. I assume. Don't say that out loud, Titan. You go Astros for life, not Astros Twitter X since 2017. Yeah. Mark said, I agree with you. Okay. Donna said so much fun. I don't know which one that was for. Something works with NHL expansion process. These new teams are competing deep into the playoffs in 1 or 2 years. Yeah, I think it's the way they do it for sure. Hey, what up, Lemonade Alley? What up, girl? Good to see you. I vote hockey. Yeah, you do. Arrows didn't work for no part due to Houston. That was the Rockets' previous owner having a beef with them, Les Alexander. Yeah, that's part of it, but I stand by my reasoning for the long term. You know what I mean? Like, I still stand by that. Tony said I went to a few Arrows games and they were fun. They are. I mean, I'm not just, look, I don't want you guys to think I'm a hockey hater. I'm certainly not. I just got through saying I love hockey. I love watching hockey. I want you guys to watch hockey. I'm going to watch the game tonight. I encourage all of you to watch it so we can talk about it tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. I love hockey. I just think it's going to be a struggle here. Also, they were in Houston for decades. Fuck Gordie Howe, and his son played for them. Well, Gordie Howe has played in every decade. Every decade, they even dig Gordie Howe up. Is he dead? Has he died yet? I don't think he's died. Yeah, he died in 2016. I thought so. But they dig him up. They put him on skates, and they put a stick in his, and then they just push him on the ice. And they go, well, he played in this decade too. Like, he literally played, and I want to say it was 5 decades, something crazy like that. He was like the, who was the kicker that played in like 4 decades or some shit? Mort Anderson. He played in like a shit ton of decades. It was ridiculous. He played in the NHL in 1946. And his last, he played in the NHL in 1971. And then he came back and played in 1979 and 1980. Why? I think that was just to do it. But he played in 80 games and scored 15 goals, 26 assists, and had 41 points. How the fuck old was he? That was the 63rd season. He was almost around for all of them. Oh my God. His first year in the NHL was 1946, 1947. That was the 30th season in the NHL. And then he played in 79, 80. That was the 63rd. Now, he was out of it for 73 through 79. He was in the WHA, though. Wah! 1, 2, 3, 4 years with the Arrows, 2 years with the New England Whalers. And then I guess he got called up to the Hartford Whalers. Or unless they got, I guess they moved to the NHL. Said in season 63rd season. This season saw the addition of, so this season saw the addition of 4 teams from the disbanded World Hockey Association as expansion franchises. Edmonton Oilers, Winnipeg Jets, New England Whalers, and the Quebec Nordiques joined the NHL. So they expanded. So the New England Whalers became the Hartford Whalers. Got it? That's crazy. He played in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and technically the 80s. That's 5 decades. 5 decades. Jesus. He played in the All-Star game in 1980. How old was this dude when he played in the 80s? He was born in... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is how old this dude was. He actually dropped the first puck when they invented hockey. It was made out of hardened cow manure. I'm just kidding. I'm just totally making this shit up. He was there when they invented Canada. I'm just kidding. He was born in 1928. That's fucking old, man. If he was born in 28 and he played in 1980, he was 52. 20, 30, 50, 80, 52. Had to do my math. I got to get my gazintas working. He was 50 fucking 2 years old. Oh my God. That's old as I'm 50. And if you put me on skates right now, I would be out of breath lacing them up. Are you shitting me? I have to, like, when I bend over to tie my shoe, I have to suck in to tie my shoe. The fuck out of here. 52 years old. He's out there on skates. Boy, don't make me. He's probably like, I mean, he obviously didn't have teeth, But it had nothing to do with having him knocked out from hockey. They just fell out from being old. He probably had wooden ones. Because he, hung out with George Washington back in the day. And he was like, well, if they were good enough for George, they're good enough for me. Fuck. That's crazy. Let's see what else. Went to a few Arrow games. Something works. Let's see. MMA Live sucks unless you can be close. Well, yeah, I do agree with that. Now, I will say, when I say go see MMA Live, I'm not talking about going and watching the UFC at the Toyota Center and sitting in the nosebleeds. That's not what I'm talking about. When I say go watch MMA Live, I mean a local promotion like Legacy or Fury Fights at the Arena Theater, or they used to do Fury down at the Humble Civic Center, was it? Fury Fights, Humble Civic Center. Yes, Humble Civic Center. And that's where I would go and like cover them, or I did a ring announcing for Legacy Amateur Series at the Arena Theater. But I also just, when I covered it, that's where we would do it. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm saying when you could go and be in an intimate setting to watch MMA, love it so much. When you can hear somebody get punched, oh, fuck. It's amazing. Now, if you're way in the back in the nosebleeds and you're like, I can't see shit, and you have to watch the fights on the Jumbotron, just go home. You might as well watch it on TV. But if you're in the arena and it's small enough to where you can hear them get hit, that's worth it. And the same thing for hockey. Hockey's so much fun live. Let's see what else. I'm trying to just catch up on the chat and as we go. And then we're going to get into, let's see. Missed some shit here. There's Lemonade Alley. I vote hockey. It's always good to see you, Allie. Thank you for popping in. How you been up there? You been good? Man, a long time no talk. What you been up to up there? Similar to Seattle with the Sonics and Barry Ackerley. Yeah. I keep wondering, when is Seattle going to get NBA? Seattle deserves basketball. NBA did them dirty. Seattle needs basketball. Seattle needs basketball just like Houston needed football. I truly believe that. I think Seattle has to have basketball. I don't know what their attendance was or how good or bad it was. I just feel like Seattle got fucked. I went to a game at the Cowboys' new stadium once. I wouldn't stop looking at the dang screen. May as well be home. That's part of the problem. Hockey, like at the Arrow, where the Arrows played, was nice. The Arrows were literally named after Ellington Field. Well, that's stupid. Let's see. Soccer sucks too, though. The Pels been in New Orleans 20 years and still hasn't really captured the city's loyalty. Soccer leagues are not the best. It's hard to compete with Premier League. Yep. Oh, I'm dumb. I read it wrong. My bad. Dynamo are just here to keep the World Cup door open. Does Oscar De La Hoya still own them? I don't think so. I think James Harden bought his ownership. Les Alexander tanked hockey in Houston. Tillman has made half-ass attempt. That's where we'll be handing time down flip. As a Mexican, I would watch hockey over soccer, but I would drink beer in both parking lots if someone buys. Well, that's a given. You are definitely parking lot pimping. Definitely. 100%. Let's see. Damn, I'm going to catch up on this chat eventually. Canada sucks. Over under fights in the first minute. Oh, we're going to get to it. Yes, he passed. Gordie Howe's about to knock at your door. I saw him play in 2000s at an Arrows game. No, you didn't. He's oh, no, you did, because he died in 2016 or something. Haven't the Florida Panthers won? Yes, recently. Detroit Vipers in the aughts was his last. That's crazy. Weekend at Gordy's. That's funny. He played into his 60s. Afternoon. Wait, what up, Heartthrob? Headed to Tulsa. Back to see more comedy folk. Be careful, bro. And tell Hug Dog and Slade I said what's up. Saw his last All-Star game in Detroit in the 80s. That's crazy. New England was Hartford. Are hockey players athletes? Fucking yes, Tony. I would say, honestly, if we ranked the athletes, hockey players might be the best athletes. I would go hockey players, football players, baseball players, basketball players, soccer players. Yeah. I think that's the order I would rank them, to be honest with you. Tony, don't make me fight you. This is so great. I'm catching up. He played in Europe for Columbus, sailed over here. Gordy, I was going to be waiting at outside your next comedy show. He was also ambidextrous and shot with both hands. Don't anyone tell Barry about Jaromir Jagr. I know who the fuck Jaromir Jagr is. He's a Pittsburgh legend. He's a legend for the Penguins, bro. Let's see. Same. Didn't Blankers call Arrows games? I don't think so. Legacy was awesome. Oh, my buddy Nick was amazing, bro. Mick Maynard was the man. Stampede on 59 does Fury too. Oh, nice. Yo, Barry. Hey, what up, Captain Pope? Good to see you, sir. Thank you for the 300 biddies. Captain Pope said, yo, Barry, just got back from Twin Peaks on Kirby. Favorite Peaks location from lives during the Suspects days? Ooh. It was not Beaumont. It was definitely not Beaumont. The Beaumont Twin Peaks, the girls were nice. Listen, if you describe the Twin Peaks gals as cordial, ugh. Boy, them gals, they sure are hospitable. They sure do have, boy, you know what? They've got some big hospitalities. Man, I tell you what, them gals sure are hospitalitile. I don't even know if that's a goddamn word. Yeah. Beaumont Twin Peaks was, ugh, shit. Alec! Sir! Double salute to you, buddy. Alec, did you respond to my tweet, you raggedy bitch? Alec, are you at 159 days? Alec, listen, I polled the deckheads, okay? And I asked them what I should send you in a care package. It's going out tomorrow, okay? Al, you raggedy bitch. Alex said, surprise me. No help. So I asked our military brethren for the deckheads what I should include in the care package. Some of them said socks. Some of them said random things. One of them said I should 3D print you a pocket pussy, Alec. I'm not doing that. You're going to get in trouble, and I'm not here to get you kicked off of a submarine. That's how people drowned. They would literally just open the hatch and just shove you out of that bitch. I'm not going to do that. But just know that the care package is in the works. If you have any requests, brother, please tweet those to me, because I'm trying to get this out tomorrow at the latest by Saturday. Put it in the tweet. I'm not saying I can guarantee I can get you everything, but I am open to requests, my friend. I already have ideas for stuff. But listen, Jenny, his mom's like, oh, I'm going to get him some bottles of shampoo. I'm like, Mom, that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to make this man happy. This man is out here serving our country. He's been out here 159 days. I'm not trying to send this man shampoo. I got some BOD swag I'm sending you. So I want to send you some cool shit, brother. So if you got some stuff that you want or you're, let me know, pimp. Let me know. All right. And I'm down for that. Yeah. Donna said the Twin Peaks in Beaumont are the Viter girls. Really? Well, you're just throwing around that word girls loosely, huh? I'm pretty sure a couple of them had lumps in their pants. Either that or they got the biggest goddamn clit I've ever seen. One of them brushed up against my leg and I felt it. I was like, Jesus Christ. I can see the mushroom print on her clitoris through her little shorts. That is crazy. Let's see. Beaumont Peaks talent not great. Negatory, Ghost Rider. It is not great. Let's see. That's where AJ fought MMA 2. But he fought Legacy Amateur Series. Yeah, he fought for Legacy Amateur and... Yeah, I'm not going to comment. I bet anything I saw you in passing at those MMA events back in the day. 1,000% you did. I covered the first Legacy Pro Series and pretty much every Legacy Pro card in Houston up until I shut down the cage door. And that was 2012 or 13. And just about pretty much every MMA event from like November of 2009 until the cage door shut down around 2013. If there was an MMA event in this city, I was there. There's no doubt. So, yeah, there's no doubt I was there. Whether we saw each other or not, I have no idea, but I can get us a nice spot there. If you want to go. I would love that, Donna. Stampede on 59. I would love that. I keep threatening to go back to a Fury fight. Let's do it. CC, have you ever been to an MMA fight? We should go. LOL, y'all saw Jose at Toyota Center, nosebleeds, ran literally into Charles Barkley. What? Jose. No, I don't know who that is. We're okay now that NHL is here. Yeah, I still think you need basketball. I just noticed my MMA interest fell off since Barry, AJ, and Fred aren't on the radio talking about it anymore. All right. I thought Seattle lost the team because owner wanted a new arena like Bud Adams. By the way, Houston fans, get ready because that fight's about to start. Texans are already talking about needing a new stadium. Yep. Football, hockey, basketball, baseball, soccer. That's your athlete order? No. Negative. Soccer and rugby are way more athletic than baseball. Do you know how hard it is to hit a baseball? Do you know how hard it is to throw a baseball and into a strike zone? Now, granted, outfield is not the hardest thing in the world to do. But to throw a baseball 100 miles an hour and hit a spot and control it and to make the ball move and do that for 5, 6, 7 innings, bro, I promise you, you just try to get 3 outs throwing the ball 90 miles an hour consistently. It's fucking exhausting. See, I don't think people understand how exhausting it is to pitch. Pitchers, people just look at it and go, yeah, but they're just standing around. Like, when I tell you, when you hear pitchers grunting, it is literally 100% throwing as hard as you can every time. It's exhausting to pitch. It's why they only do it once every 5 days. It's not easy. It's physically exhausting, and there's a lot of skill involved in it. So, I mean, baseball players are fucking athletes. They're technical. And plus, hitting a baseball is literally the hardest thing to do in sports. Literally the hardest thing to do. The ball is moving at 100 miles an hour. It's moving up and down and side to side. The ball is round and the bat is round. So the contact point is literally a finite little boop. And you have to make perfect contact. Move, bro. It's crazy. Let's see. 2 Hall of Fame football players were basketball players. Way more out of shape baseball players than basketball players. Don't get me started on that. I mean, Jokic, Luka, they're not exactly specimens. Tractor trailer, bro, there's plenty. I mean, look, not all basketball players are cut. I mean, James Harden, like there's plenty of basketball players that aren't cut. Just so we're clear. Bless their hearts. Shots fired at Beaumont. 65 days left. Love you, Alec. Hang in there, buddy. Let's see. I did see the Chris Cluey news. I need to finish watching. I watched some of it. I saw it right before I went on air, but I need to finish watching it. Trust me, I would appreciate anything. I love you. I got you, Alec. Oh, you were on a ship, not a sub. Well, I was being dramatic. They'll throw you overboard, okay? You never see it the other way. What? D-Hop was Nick Foles. I don't understand that, B. Hannon. What are we talking about? I don't know what we're talking about. Bud Grant was too? Gates and Gonzalez. Oh, we're like basketball players play football? There's a lot of, I mean, football players play baseball. Baseball players play football. Football players play basketball, but you say basketball players don't play football. Part of the reason for that is they ain't fucking up their money. The money in basketball is too good to even focus on football. For so long, football contracts weren't guaranteed. Basketball money's ridiculous. Why would you? Heartthrob has a pin in her pocket. Absolutely. Barry had him on the show a few years ago. What? Chris from Sam Houston? Oh, yeah. Chris Cluey. Yeah, I did. Yep. Had old Chris Cluey on. Surely did. Man, I need to sit down one day and make a list of everybody I've had on this show. It's been a pretty impressive roster. 4 years, we've had a pretty impressive list of guests that I've interviewed. And if you go back to the nightly live chats, that was even more fun. I mean, that wasn't the most impressive list. There's a lot of interviews. I went to Fury on there 100 a couple weeks ago. Oh, Jose Aldo. He was in the nosebleeds? I was like, who's Jose? Jose Aldo was up there. That's funny. Let's see. San Antonio, El Paso. See you, Texans. Okay. But then there's Bartolo Colon. Yeah. And he can still get it up there at 100. Played basketball with Bud Norris. He was awful. CC Sabathia. But again, look, offensive and defensive linemen are fat. But do you understand the athletic, how they're moving? You know what I mean? It's not always just body type. I mean, there's rugby guys that are fat or out of shape. Flip said that 3D printer is going at it. Oh yeah, man. Just making that cat bowl, baby. look, it's not just about physical body. It's about what you do in the sport. I mean, it's hilarious. There's been videos of, where's the one? Let's see. Basketball player versus lineman. Was it Durant? There was one where like, oh yeah. Kevin Durant took on a offensive lineman. And it was fucking hilarious. He really thought he was going to do something to him. He really thought he was going to do... Cancel. Nope. He really thought he was going to do something about it. Hold on. Let me make sure this is working. Yeah.
Quarterback dead.
This is Durant and who? Watch Kevin Durant try to get around an offensive lineman. Here you go. Truck driver Pookie has always got to bring up the failures. You know, that's the funny thing, man. You know, I love you guys. And it's funny, but sometimes you just can't, never mind. I'm not going to say anything. Just let it go, Barry. Here you go. Durant and an offensive lineman.
Go.
True. Yeah.
Quarterback dead.
And that's not even a big offensive lineman. Look at what he does right there. I mean, he lifts him up. That's just footwork in one hand.
Quarterback dead.
And Kevin Durant is in shape. Kevin Durant is an athlete. That's a basketball player. I mean, look at that. Kevin Durant's got basketball footwork. That wasn't even close.
Quarterback dead.
That wasn't even close. Not even close. Bien said another underrated athlete is boxers. Yeah, Tiny Hugo said, would you count Kid if we didn't hear it? Is it an interview if no one heard it? I feel like you guys are fucking hilarious. So funny. So great. It's hilarious. So yeah, I mean, look, don't just think body type equals athlete, because it's not true. It's just not true. All right, I think I caught up with the chat. Jose wasn't in the nosebleeds. He was fighting. We were in the nosebleeds. Oh, gotcha. Was it Durant that told people to watch hockey if they didn't like the NBA? I don't remember. Maybe it was. Hey, what up, Cisco? Good to see you, buddy. Sorry I'm late. I was slanging wine. Slang on, players. Slang on. Okay, real quick, I do want to talk. I want to address the NBA versus hockey thing before we get out of here, because I'm going to do, probably won't get in a whole private hour, but we will do some private stuff. I didn't even get to all these headlines. Spurs shut down Wembanyama over a blood clot in his shoulder. He's expected to miss the remainder of the season. Deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder. Team announced it on Thursday. Spurs said in a statement that the condition, a form of a blood clot, was discovered after Wembanyama returned to San Antonio after the All-Star game. Condition is typically treated with blood-thinning medication, which usually precludes a player from participating in contact sports such as basketball. So there's that headline we didn't get to. Bobby Portis has been banned 25 games for violating the anti-drug policy. What else? Mavs Anthony Davis is progressing, but he'll be out at least 2 more weeks, so that sucks. He had one great half, 3 quarters. There's some minor news. Here's the first. Let's see. The first 9 say, they're not going to show.
And the gloves are up.
Oh, there we go.
And the
Oh, God. So beautiful. Here we go. This is the beginning of USA, Canada in the semis or the quarters. This is beautiful, man. This is how it started. Look, that's how it started. They didn't even drop the puck.
Matthew Tkachuk and Brandon Hagel.
Hagel and Tkachuk right away. Look at that. They didn't even play yet. They hadn't even started. And this is exhibition. This is just an exhibition game. This isn't for anything but just to advance to like the...
Tkachuk from Florida.
I mean, these are 2 NHL guys. They're just like, nope. And this was after... This was after the USA's national anthem got booed.
This was
Oh yeah, sorry. They dropped the puck, and then everybody's like, "Let's go, bitch!"
The first Tkachuk fight. This was set up. Here you go.
Now there's the second one, or no, this is still the first one. Oh yeah, that was the second one. Yeah, that's the second one. Boom, boom, boy, a slugging.
Bennett in the
Oh,
lineup
that
for
is
the
so
first
fucking
time.
fun. Oh, and as soon as they go down, that's it.
This one.
That's 2. That's 2. Okay. And 3. Boom. God bless. 9 seconds. Here we go.
Seconds in, another one. 1 second later. Now in the center of the action.
Canada won that one for sure. Boy, he's tiny. Woo, boy.
Parayko's got a big size advantage.
Yeah, he
Miller's
does.
a tough dude.
And he's an enforcer. Yeah, he won that easily.
This is like 1996 when this building opened up with the World Cup.
That reminded me of one. There was one. What's his name? Who's the dude on ESPN that does a lot of the hockey stuff? Oh shit! What's the black dude's name that does a lot of the hockey?
You know what this is all
Oh shit! I can't remember his name. The Tkachuk brothers are badasses. Oh, what's his name? They're going to show his name here. Oh, PK Subban. Yeah, PK Subban. He was showing like the best hockey fights. Fuck. No, it's Subban. I love him. Everybody hates this dude, and he's kind of a dick. But he was showing some of the best hockey fights of all time, and that last one that they showed looked like one of the ones he showed from like the 80s. I mean, it looked like Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan, and that's kind of what that one looked like. But this is why you want to watch tonight, okay? Now, I showed you that because that replaced the NHL All-Star Game. What? Yeah. So when they have the NHL All-Star Game, these guys were kind of playing like the NBA All-Stars were. They weren't going out and really doing a whole lot because they really don't want to go out and get hurt. So they're not going to go out and really, they weren't going out and fighting. They weren't going out and really trying to play very hard. The best part of the NHL All-Star Weekend was always the skills competition. Always. And it's fantastic. And it was great. But the NHL was like, you know what? Let's try something a little different. Let's do, what do they call it? The League of Nations? Whatever it's called. What is it? Oh, the Four Nations Face-Off. And so they took 4 nations. They took players from the NHL that represented 4 different nations. It was Sweden, Finland, the U.S., and Canada. And quite frankly, it was kind of a risk because if the finals weren't the U.S. and Canada, it was going to flop. It was going to fail. And I think Finland was the worst of the 4, and that's kind of how it played out. Sweden kind of scared some people. They got exactly what they expected. It's U.S. and Canada. And that's the finals. Truck Driver Pookie said, when is it? Time and channel. It's tonight on ESPN, ESPN Plus, and the Disney Channel, 7 o'clock Central. So do not miss this. I'm grabbing a cigar. I'm telling Nora I love you. I'm going to make her a Frito pie. We're going to get our bellies full. And that's that. And I'm surprised that the U.S. is heavily favored because Canada has the 2 best players on the planet, if I'm not mistaken. I'm kind of shocked. I would have thought Canada would be favored. Am I crazy in thinking this, Mark? And yeah, I would have thought. No, Dubs. Canada's minus 105. U.S. is minus 115. The spread's minus 1.5 for the U.S. I thought. Oh, defense and goaltending. Gotcha. Let me see something here. So the first game was 3-1. The U.S. won. Oh, that was on the 15th. Let's see here. Why can't I pull up the goddamn? Yeah. And so the way that the Canadians got here was they beat Sweden 4-3, lost to the U.S. 3-1, and then beat Finland 5-3. The U.S. beat Finland 6-1, beat Canada 3-1, then lost to Sweden 2-1. That game that was 3-1. Yeah, you had the Kachuk brothers, which was doing all the fighting. But Canada has, Connor McDavid, who's one of the two best players on the planet, and Sidney Crosby is the other. And I'm not out of line in this, right, Mark? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but those are the two best players in hockey. I mean, that's like saying, these guys are, this is pretty much like if the U.S. was playing, I don't know, if this was the U.S. versus Europe, and Europe had like Jokic and Giannis, or Jokic and Luka, you know what I mean? And it would be like, oh shit, but the U.S. is still favored because, you know what I mean? I get it, LeBron, but LeBron's not LeBron now. Yeah, McDavid is still the best. I get it, but yeah, Connor McDavid is dead. So Dallas said I'm correct. So that's why I thought Canada would be favored, but yeah, I'm kind of surprised that the U.S. is favored by 1.5 goals. I kind of like taking that. I don't know about taking 1.5, but I might take Canada money line. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. PK said the U.S. has the best young players. He picked the U.S. on first take. Oh, did he? 1.5 is a lot. It is a lot. That's why I say I don't think I wouldn't give the points. I'd take the points. What is Bovada doing? And they said people are betting like crazy on this. They said that it's betting. But my point is this, okay? When have we really talked a lot about hockey on this show? 2 years ago during the playoffs, when I got into it, we talked about it for a few weeks. But hockey doesn't get a lot of run in general. Certainly not during their All-Star week or weekend. But this has literally taken not just the hockey world, not just the All-Star week. This has taken the sports world by storm. And here's what's even crazier about it. They don't even have the 4 best hockey countries in this tournament. Technically, Finland shouldn't even be in this bitch. Russia should. If they were really going to do this right, it would be the U.S., Canada, Sweden, and Russia. But they weren't going to do that. And they don't even have one of the 4 best countries in this tournament, and it still worked. Because that's the kind of action and fun and excitement that they got from this. And the competition. And for love of country. And PK Subban went on First Take like earlier in the week, and they asked him about it because these All-Star games and All-Star weeks kind of all happened at the same time because both seasons, NBA and NHL, occur at the same time. And he said, part of the problem is, what is it that why, because he was asked, why doesn't the NBA All-Star Week, why does it suck? And would this work in the NBA? And he said, I don't know. Because the NBA players really have to ask themselves, what are you playing for? It's not the money. You've got all the money. He said, hockey players, he said, there's a difference between being injured and being hurt. But what are you playing for? Hockey players play injured and hockey players play hurt. Those were his words. But he said, hockey players play for pride, for love of the sport, for love of the country, and for love of their teammates. Because they're not making the most money. What's the average hockey salary? Average hockey salary as of February 2025, the average salary for a professional hockey player in the United States is $125,000. Average NHL. That's going to be more, I think. Nope. What's the average? Average NHL salary is $3.5 million. Yeah. So this is based on 793 players signing. Highest paid player is Nathan McKinnon at $16.5 million. 84 players are paid the league minimum of $775,000. So that's NHL. What is the average NBA salary? The average NBA salary is $11.9 million, so $12 million. This is a noticeable jump from the previous season of 9.7. So in hockey, the average is 3.5. In the NBA, it's 12. And hockey is way more dangerous. It's way more physical. It's way more exhausting. You fight. You can get your ass whooped any night of the week. And you're expected to play injured. You're expected to do those things. It's pretty crazy, man. And, it's not as watched. It's not as fun. Not as fun. It's not as followed on the grandest stage. But times like this is how the sport takes an incremental step forward. It's little steps, but it's these little things. It's these little tweaks that make you go, boy, tonight's going to be watched. Tonight's going to be watched by a lot of people. And the NHL is going to pick up a lot of fans. Alex said Total Dallas gets beat up at home for free. The NHL is going to pick up a lot of fans this week and tonight. Let's see. What's the schedule like in the NBA tonight? So there's a lot of games on in the NBA. None of them are on ESPN. They're on TNT, True TV, and Max. There's two. Boston, Philly, Phoenix, San Antonio. And the rest of them are just on local games. And then some of them start at 6, some of them start at 7, some of them start at 8, and one starts at 9. But this has been the talk of the sports world for about 2 days now. And what they've done, and it's brilliant by the NHL, is they have literally marketed 9 seconds of game footage. And quite frankly, like the best 9 seconds for the average fan. For a hockey purist, it's been great hockey. But for people that don't watch hockey, it's like, wait a minute. I can watch an all-star game, and that's what people are forgetting. This is the all-star game. Let me explain what this is. This is the equivalent of the NBA saying, all right, instead of an all-star game where it's 200 to 189, what we're going to do is we're going to have the USA versus Europe versus Canada versus Russia. Not Russia. Versus Brazil. Or maybe we'll do the US versus, I don't know. What are the top four? What were the Olympic standings? France, Olympic basketball men's results. It was the U.S. Let's see. What were the top results? Let's see. Because I don't fucking remember. Get out of here. Reject all. U.S., France, Serbia, and Germany. And then there's Canada, Australia. So let's say, yeah, it's going to be the U.S., France, Serbia, and Germany. The problem is, though, with the NBA, there's just not enough players in the NBA to create 4 teams. That's part of the problem, right? But what you could do is one game between 2 teams, the U.S. versus the field, right? Europe or whatever, U.S. versus the world. Or you could do Eastern Hemisphere versus Western Hemisphere, right? The East versus the West. So you could have players from Mexico, South America, Canada, versus players from the other side of the world, Australia, Europe. I mean, you could literally do this. And you put them up against each other, and maybe it's best 2 out of 3. But what you're playing for is something completely different. Because they tried it. They did this first team to 40, and it was shorter games. And it was just kind of this round robin, and there was this, future stars, and Draymond was bitching that, oh man, you got these guys that, these young guys that haven't even played yet that are getting to play at an all-star game. Meanwhile, you got other guys sitting at home. Okay, well, you know what? You kind of did this to yourself, and I think that's what Charles Barkley said. Maybe next time, don't fuck up your all-star game. And you won't have to be experimenting with all these bullshit-ass gimmicky games. But I think if the NBA really wants to fix it, yeah, Amos said they already do it. It's called the FIBA World Cup. Yeah, but the problem is FIBA has players that are not NBA caliber. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to do something with NBA All-Stars, right? So you've got to remember that. If you look at who was NBA All-Stars, NBA All-Star voting. NBA All-Star rosters, voting, results, starters, reserves. Front court, Giannis, so he'd be Team East. Jason Tatum, Team West. Karl Anthony Towns, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Pascal Siakam, Evan Mobley. So I mean, like, there was a picture, I think, that was open image, a new tab. Yeah, okay. So like the front court of the West was Jokic. You have Wembanyama, Alperen Şengün, Domantas Sabonis, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka. Who else could you put on Team East? Giannis. I'm sure there's others who have their lineage. Joel Embiid. Well, no, he's the Bahamas, right? What was Joel Embiid's origin? Joel Embiid. Anyways, you would have to. I know Joel Embiid was. Where was he born? Oh, Cameroon. Okay, yeah. So he would be Team East. So, yeah, that's. Who was I thinking was Bahamas? I don't know why I was thinking Bahamas. That is. I mean, it's not going to be 4 teams. You just don't have enough players And you would probably have to bring in some young guys. You might have to expand the voting, right? And what you would have to do is you would have to divide up who you would vote for and have, because they have Eastern Conference, Western Conference. And so you would just have to go like Eastern Hemisphere, Western Hemisphere. And you would have to divide the names up. So instead of just saying vote for your favorite players from your favorite teams, it would be vote for your favorite players in each hemisphere. And that makes it different. I mean, that changes things. So, you know, I think that there's something to it. I think that they need to pay attention. What they did this year was not great. It was better than what happened last year, but what they did this year was not great. And I think if they really, really want to take a page out of what the NHL did, they should let them fight. First 15 seconds of the NBA All-Star game, just have a brawl. Just let them fight. Just fucking let them fight, hockey style. They grab the tank top. They just, and once it goes to the ground, you stop, break it up. There's a penalty box. Everybody goes to the scorer's table, and then you bring in some reserves. We would have gotten to see Alp a lot earlier. Let them go. Let them go. I'm so sick of these mamby-pamby ass NBA fights anyways. All it is it's a bunch of get off me's. It's a bunch of goddamn windmilling and get off me's. That's all it is. That's it. Somebody hold me back. It's a bunch of bullshit. Let's go. Let's go. Let's be men about it. It's a bunch of bullshit. By the way, Joe Pro. Thank you for the 303 biddies, buddy. I didn't forget. I was just in the middle of a long, drawn-out ass rant. Joe Pro said, bruh, baseball is easy. Let's go to the batting cage and I'll prove it. After that, I'm going to beat up an MMA fighter, bruh. White Mike, probably. You know, I was told, oh God, that's so funny. That reminds me. I'm going to keep bringing this up. I was told by somebody who was called themselves a deckhead that no longer is here, that I've just run off so many, what do you call them? Mark said White Mike is clearly an alpha. What do you call them? Oh, lifelong fans that I've ran off. I was like, that's an oxymoron, isn't it? How the fuck you gonna be a lifelong fan and leave? That doesn't. It's like, I don't think you know how this works. I think the people that are gonna leave. They're just waiting for the excuse to do so. I kind of know how this business works. Like, people that's like, I'm gonna fuck up, all right? I'm going to do shit that makes everybody mad. That's just how this works. I'm going to say something that literally pisses everybody off at some point. If you talk for a living, it's just going to happen. Unless you just come up here and stay safe and stay vanilla and just stay boring as fuck. And then you don't have a good show and no one wants to fucking listen to you. But if you do what I do, and you say crazy shit, and you do crazy shit, and you do outlandish shit, and you pick on people, and you roast people, and you get crazy, and there's villains in the chat, and there's angels in the chat, and you kind of give everybody a role, and everybody has a thing, and some people like their role and some people don't, but everybody's got a thing, and when you have that, and it's a community, and it all kind of fits and works, inevitably, some people are going to be like, fuck this, I don't like it, and I'm leaving. And they're going to do that eventually. And I learned that. I learned that in radio. I learned that in TV. I learned that running a website. I learned that in MMA. I've learned that in comedy. And I've learned that in streaming. So for those of you that tell me that you're here until the wheels fall off, and you are. Thank you. For those of you that say that and maybe one day you disappear, I get it. You're just waiting for your time. And I appreciate you while you're here. And when I say whatever it is that triggers you and you leave, I'm sorry. And I love you. And I appreciate the time you spent here. So I'll just apologize in advance for everybody's feelings that I hurt when it happens. All right, we're going to do a private hour. And it's going to piss my wife off, but whatever. We're going to go, well, we may just do like 30 minutes. Because I'll be damned if I break my streak. Total Dallas said logs out. That's what was crazy to me, Total Dallas. Is this person said that they were the whipping boy. And I'm like, bro, if anybody should be upset about that, if anybody, there's two people who should really be upset about that. And they just almost went back to back in this chat. One, it's you, Total Dallas. You put up with more shit than anybody. God love you. You are the poster child for thick skin and taking a fucking joke. Seriously. I can't even take a joke like you do, brother. I get mad when people were fucking with me about the kid interview. That is such a triggering sore subject for me. I don't like it. That is one thing I don't like to joke about. That was a very dark moment for me. And you guys still fuck with me about it. And I don't like it. And I make no bones about it. I don't like to be joked with about it at all. But you still do it. And I don't hate you for it, but I don't like it. And so rather than fucking get mad, I just move on now. But, Total Dallas, you have my utmost respect and admiration for how much shit you put up with on a daily basis on this show. And Flip too. Now Flip, you earn some of your shit. You do. But you know what? You don't bitch about it when you get it. You certainly don't. You earn some of your shit. But you get it, you take it, and you're like, man, fuck it. I'm coming back for some more. And like I said, everybody kind of has a lane and they fit in. And Flip, you get bitched at for, reminding me when it's time to end the show. And you're producer Flip, and like, that's your thing. And you say some inappropriate shit in the chat that I don't agree with. And a lot of people don't. But then you say some hilarious shit in the chat. And you always fucking props the show and you tweet it. And I appreciate the fuck out of it. And you have some meaningful shit that you say in this chat every once in a while. And you participate. Like, you're a part of this community, man. You really are. And you have your own lane. And it's important. Everybody is. Everybody. And there's some people that don't do anything. They just listen. And that's important too. So, God love you all, man. God love you all. Every one of you. However you fit in, I'm glad you're here. And eventually, if and when you do leave, I've appreciated you being here. All right. We got to go. Watch the goddamn hockey game tonight. Hopefully it's going to be bananas. I'm going to do the bet in the private hour. Y'all help me do the bet in the private hour. We'll wager on that. I'll show you. I'm going to use the camera feature on the printer. We'll take a peek at what's going on over there. We'll do that. I'll show you if you give a fuck. And a couple other things. What the fuck is this? We'll come up with a couple other things. I've got a couple other things to get off my chest. All right. That's it. Wrap it up.